Hello everyone, welcome to another full stack Flutter development video. In this video we'll be looking at creating our restaurant or list of restaurants UI and tying that together with our fake restaurant API. This video will be somewhat of a speed coding session since the UI doesn't involve logics that require much explanation. So I'll be doing mostly speed coding here. But before we get into that, I want to add a few dependencies that will be necessary as we get into this code. So the first thing I want to add here from our Flutter package is a library that is called Flutter rating bar, and we'll use this to add ratings to our restaurant. So there we'll add Flutter rating bar, and apart from that also we want to get our fake restaurant API accessible here. So what I'll do is to go inside my tests, and I'm just gonna copy it from the fixtures for now, and I'm just gonna paste it on the root so I have access to it. We'll later remove it from here, but for now I'm just gonna keep it there. And so the next thing is I want to, inside of our state management, I want for us to create a small qubit that will be responsible for updating our header with the state of the restaurant information as it changes. So I'm just going to create a folder called helpers, and inside that folder I am just going to say header qubit, and this will be a simple qubit extends qubit of type header. We'll also need to create that inside of our model. And our superclass will simply be a header with an empty set of data for initial state. And I'm just going to create a method named update, and this method will update the header. It's going to update the title and also the image URL. This is so that the display image for the restaurant can be displayed in the header. And I'm just gonna say, whenever I call that method, I'm just gonna say emit a header, and this header will accept the title and the image URL. So that's it for the qubit. And for the header, I'm just gonna go inside of models and create that header quickly. Again, the header is a simple class that has a string title and a string image URL. So that is our header back inside of our qubit. I am going to import it. There we have our qubit. So now I am going to jump inside my composition root, and here I am going to compose the restaurant list UI. So for that, I'm gonna have a static. This function returns a widget. I'm just gonna say compose. I'm gonna call it home UI since it's basically the home page. Here I'm gonna set up the dependencies, which is my fake restaurant API. And I'm going to tell it to generate a list of 20 restaurants, and then my restaurant qubit. Pass in the API, and I'm going to give it a default page size of 5. So 5 restaurants per page. And from there, I'm going to return a multi-provider with my header and also my restaurant qubit. Use accept a list of providers, and in this case the provider will be 2 qubit providers, so it will be qubit provider restaurant qubit. Then inside here I am going to say for the create method, just gonna return the restaurant qubit, and then another one for my header. And I'll return the header qubit. And for the child here, this will be my home page, which is the I'll create it soon, which is the restaurant list page. So now that's my compose, and I'll go ahead and inside my UI pages I am going to create a folder restaurant, and I'll create my restaurant list page. This will be a stateful widget. Now back to my composition root. I'll import that, and there is my composition root. So now inside of my main, instead of composing the auth UI, I'll compose the home UI. And now we are ready to create our restaurant list page. So for this, I will be doing speed coding. So that's it, guys. We have created our restaurant list homepage, and as you can see, we have our list of restaurants going on here, and also our infinite scrolling. If I should refresh this, you can see that we have our infinite scrolling going here, where if we scroll to the bottom, then you should see a scroll bar, a scroll indicator happening there. Then it fetched the other page, and so it will continue to fetch pages. And as you realize also is that the header is being changed to the cuisine of the particular food that is displayed at the top. So right now it is the Brazilian food. This is as a result of the notification listener, and we change in finding the current index and updating the header based on the index, which happens here in the scroll listener, where we calculate the index here and also determine when to load or fetch a new page based on the position of the scroll bar or the scroll controller, and if a next page is available in our current state. So that's it, guys, for this video. I hope you enjoy. As I said, there wasn't much to discuss. It was mainly building out the view. That is why it was done in this fashion, but the code is on GitHub for those of you who want to look at it, and see you in the next one. Thank you.